I wholeheartedly believe that Kevin Durant will be traded by the February 6th deadline. Welcome back. My name's Cam. It's All Talk Sports. Back again with another NBA style video. But first up, I want to talk about the trade rumors. Now, there's a bunch of teams who are involved right now in Kevin Durant sweepstakes. Pretty much the Phoenix Suns have been extremely underwhelming, especially adding Bradley Beal either this offseason or last offseason. Regardless, it doesn't work. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. Bradley Beal wants to be there only because his family's there. He doesn't even play. Nurkic doesn't play, etc. The Suns don't work. Kevin Durant is just rotting there. Obviously, it'd be smart if the Suns say, you know what? We understand. We're going to sell, and we're going to get a future, because right now they have absolutely no future. They gave all the first-round picks away for Bradley Beal, for Kevin Durant, etc. Devin Booker should be their cornerstone building block for the next 10 years, so you should restart. Now, we'll go over some of the teams. The number one team I saw, who was one of the favorites for Kevin Durant, the Dallas Mavericks. Now, obviously, the Mavericks just gave away their top scorer for the last 5 years, Luka Doncic. Now, they did get back Anthony Davis, and they still have Kyrie Irving on roster. And if they can somehow, some way, manage the salaries together to trade for Kevin Durant, that is the number one team in the NBA. That puts them above the Cleveland Cavaliers. That puts them above the Boston Celtics. A duo of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, who we saw succeed before. They were one toe away from being in the NBA Finals and pretty much winning the NBA Finals, I think. Obviously, the Kevin Durant shot on the Milwaukee Bucks. And they add Anthony Davis, a defensive mastermind. That's what the Brooklyn Nets did not have. They had way too much offense with James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. They didn't have a defensive mastermind. They had Andre Drummond. They had DeAndre Jordan. Come on. AD, an MVP caliber player, a defensive player of the year caliber player at the 5, at the 4, whatever, with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. I don't know. I think they'd probably have to get rid of one of those players to acquire Kevin Durant, but this is just in hindsight. What do you guys think down below? Does Kevin Durant being added to the Dallas Mavericks, do they make it the number one team in the West, number one team in the NBA? Let me know down below. Do you think it would work? I think it would work. But my question is, how do you not have any buzz, any talk, anything at all come out about Luka Doncic being traded, but the second Kevin Durant is available for trade, the media goes crazy? Like, I don't understand. You pretty much keep in silence to yourself about trading the number 3 overall player in the whole NBA at 25 years old in his fucking prime. But when Kevin Durant becomes available, open up the floodgates. Like, let's let everybody know that we're trying to get Kevin Durant. That shit doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand that. I think there's some foul play in that. Let me know down below. That was my first thought. How do you? I don't know. I'm not gonna get too into it, but again, my top 3 fits. Number 1, the Dallas Mavericks. I think that would make them a top-tier contender in the NBA, the best team in the NBA. Number 2, the Golden State Warriors, a reunion. It looks like the Warriors are just trying to trade for everybody at this point. Zion Williamson, LaMelo Ball, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, they're obviously seeing that all these other teams are taking strides and taking steps to acquire these top-tier players to win this season, because I think this season is up for grabs. A lot of people thought the Celtics were going to run away with it this season, a back-to-back style of year. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think the Celtics are definitely the favorite right now. The Thunder are definitely the favorite in the West, but I think it's up for grabs. So do I think Kevin Durant being added to the Golden State Warriors will make them a title contender? No, especially with what you're probably going to have to give up Draymond Green to get him. Let's be for real. That's the only way the salaries will match, except for Andrew Wiggins. But Wiggins pods and first for KD doesn't make sense. We'll see. But I think that was my second best fit. And the last fit nobody's talking about really is the Lakers. Probably another stretch, but they acquired fucking Luka Doncic. So I'm not going to say anything is a stretch at this point. Long shot teams. You're ready for my last long shot? I think it'll make the video. I love the take. Number 1, Miami Heat. A lot of buzz going from Phoenix to Miami for Kevin Durant with the Jimmy Butler situation. Number 2, the Rockets. They tried to acquire him a long time ago. They even traded 4 Phoenix Suns first-round picks so they could give them back to Phoenix for Kevin Durant. It didn't work out. KD wasn't available. I think he will now be available for the Houston Rockets to trade. And they have a lot of young, amazing pieces with first-round picks. It makes sense. There could be in win-now mode if that happens. Lastly, my long shot, the place I believe Kevin Durant will end up, the Denver Nuggets. Now, you're probably thinking, bro, you're insane. Listen, they can make the salaries match. Michael Porter Jr. makes $1 bajillion. Add Christian Brown, a young player in the NBA who's proven that he can be a championship-style player, 6th, 7th man off the bench. 3 first-round picks. You acquire Kevin Durant. You then have Jamal Murray, Kevin Durant, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic in the same lineup. Who is stopping that starting five? I'll go play shooting guard for you. I don't even care. Who's stopping that starting five? Let me tell you, nobody is. Nobody's stopping that starting five. I truly believe that'd be a long shot destination. It would be super fun to see Nikola Jokic and Kevin Durant. Might be the best duo in NBA history. It might be better than Steph and KD. But yeah, I think that Denver will obviously be a long shot. Nobody's really talking about it right now. I mean, when I looked it up to look at these graphics, the graphics were there. So it kind of made sense. I was like, you know what? I texted my buddies. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you right now, KD to the Nuggets. That's going to be the place. But I don't know. It's all crazy that we're talking about another situation where Kevin Durant's going to be plopped into a win now team. Like first, obviously lost in the finals in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then he gets signs to the Golden State Warriors, wins a couple rings there. Then after the Warriors, goes to the Nets, has an absolute super team. After the Nets, goes to Phoenix, another absolute super team. Chris Paul only played a few games with Chris Paul, but Chris Paul, Devin Booker, obviously Kevin Durant himself. They bring in Yusuf Nurkic and Bradley Beal. And now he's going to be traded to one of these top teams that's already a top 5 contender in their respective conference. So how does this impact Kevin Durant's legacy? Like, are we going to look back in 20 years and be like, oh, Kevin Durant was just a ring chaser his pretty much whole career outside of Oklahoma City? Or are we going to look at him as, the best scorer, top 3 scorer in NBA history? Or I don't know. What are our kids going to look at him? In my opinion, I think he'll be the best number 2 of all time, no matter where he goes, because I think from now on, wherever he goes, he will be the number 2 option, unless it's like Houston or Miami, something like that. Obviously, Golden State, he won 2 finals MVPs. I still think he was the number 2 option. I think Kevin Durant is the best number 2 option of all time. I'll take that to my grave. I think that's today's episode. If you guys want to follow for more, I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below, comment down below. Please comment. I love reading the comments. I love responding to the comments. So if you guys stay for this long, I really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.